Hello there, this is Sammy. I have a very interesting question today, and it's about copper. Does copper react with acids? That's the question. And so, based on a lot of research that I have seen, the copper does not react with many acids, but it does react with nitric acid, which is HNO3. Okay, so copper, it's a metal, and it's typically a reddish brown metal that is used in tubes for plumbing and wires for electricity. Okay, and if you stay till the end, you're going to find out about pennies. Are pennies uh, today, are they still made of copper? Is there copper? Are they made of real copper? Stay tuned for that. All right. So when you have a very concentrated uh, nitric acid, okay, and that's going to react with the copper, okay, um, the nitric acid is a clear liquid. It's a very good oxidizer. Okay, and so when you have a concentrated um, uh, nitric acid HNO3 reacting with copper, what's gonna happen is you're gonna produce a greenish brown solution on the bottom, and then this brown poisonous nitrogen dioxide NO2 gas is going to actually come up above the solution. Okay, so if you look at this reaction, you react the copper with the nitric acid, going to produce this copper 2 nitrate, which is the greenish brown solution here in the bottom, and this NO2 gas, which is a brown NO2 gas, which is very, very poisonous. Okay, now if we were to go ahead and add some water to this nitric acid to dilute it, what would happen? Right, that's a good question. What would happen is the instead of producing uh, NO2, we would produce NO. Okay, so here you're acting the copper with the nitric acid, still going to produce the copper 2 nitrate. Okay, but when you add the the water, okay, what's going to happen is the solution is actually going to turn blue. It's going to become a blue solution as opposed to having this greenish brown solution, okay, with a concentrated and HNO3. And you're going to produce this NO gas, okay, above the solution, which is a colorless gas, okay. Now, going back to pennies, right? So, pennies that are dated before 1982 were mainly made of copper. They were about 95% copper, okay. And then government decided to, in 1983 and after, um, to make the pennies from 97.5% zinc, and then covered with a copper coating. Okay, so there really isn't much copper content in the pennies that were made in 1983 and after. So the pennies today are going to fall under this category right here, mostly zinc. Sorry, guys. And then if they were dated 1982, they actually made both copper and zinc pennies. And how would you tell the difference? It's actually based on the weight. If you were to weigh a copper penny, okay, it would be heavier than when you weighed a zinc penny. Okay, so there's quite that's the way to tell the difference. Okay, so a lot of interesting things, with copper and nitric acid and and just seeing what happens. So I hope you learned something new and different today, and have a good day. Bye bye.